Chickens are making a lot of noise. Okay. Wow, I've got a great video for you. This is going to be a lot of fun. First of all, howdy friends. I hope you're doing well today, all right? In today's world, that really means a lot. And it's always been a lot to me, and that's why I say it at the beginning of every video. But I do hope you're doing well, friends. Okay? All right, so we've got a lot to cover. We're going to do a song, like I always try to do. And it's Camptown Races. But don't think of this as a beginner song, okay? I've got two versions of it here, but we've got a lot of concepts we're going to start talking about, okay? So while there's going to be a lot of playing here, there's also going to be some talking, all right? I can't get around it. I've got to talk you through some things that you need to start learning, all right? As always, I do have tabs available for both of these versions over at Patreon. The link's below to sign up. It's $5 a month for all my tabs on all instruments. I do hope to see you over there. Okay. Let me move this camera and quit jabber-jawing, and we'll start really digging in, okay? Here we go. Okay, so I have two versions of this song. One is on the melody line for beginners, okay? And the second one is going to be using our other strings. And I want you to understand and start to realize that you need to be starting to think about where these notes copy each other, where it's the same note, okay? So I want you to press down your 4th fret of your D string and pluck it. Then pluck your middle string open. Then your 4th fret of your bass string and the middle string again open. Then I want you to press both 4th frets down. Those are all A notes. Okay? So, you can substitute this right here for an open middle string. You can also do a 4th fret here. And I could go on and on and on up the fretboard. Okay? I want you to understand this. So once you have a song worked out on the melody line, start figuring it out on the other strings. You can do this. This is beyond the beginner here, but beginners should be trying to do this too. Because the more you do this, the better player you're going to become. Okay, now a strum that I like to do, and I do it 90% of the time, this is different than what other people do, probably because I didn't start out as a Dulcimer player. I was a guitar player and banjo player. So that's what I'm just assuming makes it the way I do it a little bit different. But I like to strum all the melody notes outward. Some people are in strummers, some people are out strummers, okay? So in strummers, they're going to strum 90% of their melody on the in strum. Out strummers are going to strum 90% of their melody on the out strum. So there are exceptions to this, but they're few and far between, okay? The pattern that I like to use, and I hesitate to call it a pattern, this is just natural for me, but is a note. So pick a note. Let's pick the melody string open, then an out strum. Then on the way back, I do a back strum that I only hit the bass string. So occasionally I'll get the bass string and the middle string. So it's going to sound like this if I do it. That's what I like to do. So let's get into this here. Let's do it on our melody line. We're doing Camptown Races. And try not to just slide up and down with your index finger, okay? Let's try to get some other fingers involved here, okay? So that is my Camptown Races 1. I'm going to move on from this now. I have the tabs available for you. You can also just watch what I did there. But I want to move on to this version, to the second version, okay? Because the second version doesn't have, it's not running up the melody line. We're using all of our strings for the melody, okay? And that's the way I like to teach you to play. You can learn the melody line fairly easy. But people seem to have an issue with, once we take it off this melody line, they get so accustomed to using the melody, they call it a melody line, right? They get so accustomed to that they hesitate and maybe they get afraid. I'm not sure what's going on there, but they don't want to move their melody notes off of the melody line. I want to quit calling it the melody line. I want to call it the first string, okay? So yes, you can find all your melody on the first string. Let's find it elsewhere as well. Let's use all of our strings for the melody, okay? So I did that nice and slow for you. I'm doing that backstroke, and I want to call your attention to the second part here. This part specifically. All right, so you know what part I'm talking about there. It goes. That part. So listen to it this way first. Now listen to it this way. I'm playing the same notes, but they're at different places and on different strings. I want you to realize that, okay? Don't be limited to the tab that I write. Yes, the tab that I write's a good starting point for you. Do what feels good to you, all right? Some things are going to be more comfortable. Or let's say you want to put a slide in there instead. You don't want to go. You don't want to go like this. Or maybe you want to go like that the first time through the song. Second time you want to jazz it up a little bit and slide. Right? I'm playing the same notes. You realize that, right? That's what I want you to realize. That's what I want you to take from this lesson. Okay, it's not about the tab. Yeah, use the tab. The tab's good. It's a good starting point. Whoops. The tab, okay, so this is what I want you to take from this lesson. It's not the tab or even the song, okay? It's how to find the notes elsewhere. Not to be afraid of trying to find the notes elsewhere and using that, all right? You're going to use it as second nature. It's just going to come to you. Do I know that that this is an A? Okay, yeah, I know this is an A. But does that come to my mind when I'm playing? Some people it does, okay? Some people can look at the notes that are written down on a fretboard where they do a picture of it, and they can memorize that, and that's helpful to them. I'm not really that way. To me, it's helpful to hear it and know it by sight. I know that that's this note. I know, excuse me, I know that this is also the same note. All right? I know that just by doing it. And so don't smirk your shoulders at any form of learning, okay? So you've got but also don't think you have to learn them all, because you really don't, okay? One is just as good as the other. If I know this is an A, look at me. If I know this is an A, so what? It's an A. Okay? Is that going to impress anybody if I say that that's an A? Maybe it does. I'm not out for that. Okay? I just want you to learn it so that you can feel it and do it by sight and ear. Okay? I don't care if you know the note names. Other people might. I don't care. Does it impress me if somebody says, oh, this is the A 7th to the 5th degree, 3rd diminished, blah, 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 blah chord? You know what? That's great. That probably makes them a better musician. I'm glad for that. I don't know that stuff. I don't think you have to. You know, that stuff can enhance your playing. And for some people, that rocket launches them into being such a better player. Other players look at it and it looks like Greek to them. Okay? That's a little bit of how I am. I don't care what the note names are. I just do it by feel and by ear. Okay? I'm not putting anybody down for doing that. I'm telling you to embrace every bit of it. Try each one of these methods out. If you can memorize the notes, just realize that if you change your tuning, your notes are going to change too. But if you can memorize the notes, good for you. If you can memorize the name of every chord and do every chord, wonderful. That is awesome. I'm not that type of learner. So for me, it's a little tougher for me to do that. Okay? So I'm here for those people who want to learn to do it by sight and by ear. Okay? Your ear will tell you a lot of things. There are things that don't sound good together. Your ear will tell you that. The more you do this, your ear will develop, okay? It's not going to happen the first time you do it. It's not going to happen the second time you do it. Yes, this is a video about Camptown Races, and I'm not even talking about the song at all right now. But you got to get these nuggets here, okay? These are nuggets, I promise you. These are gold, all right? If you will just pick up all of it, all right? Look at the chart. See if you can figure that out. See if you can memorize that. If it comes to you easily and you can pull it from memory, that is amazing. Good for you. That is great. Play that way. If you have a hard time or struggle with that, then try it this way, okay? Try it by sight and sound, okay? And, you know, just get in here and go, okay, where's an A? There's an A. Where else is an A? Well, I always know that if I'm here, if I'm in DAD tuning, everything on the bass string is the exact same as on the first string. Okay? So I also know that when I'm in DAD that mirroring works. Okay? That's what I was doing there. This is mirroring. Alright? So if I'm playing a chord, for instance, right? I can mirror that. I can do the exact opposite or the same, I guess, mirror, just a mirror image of it. All right? And it's going to sound great. So if you're playing along and somebody's got you playing a chord, for instance, they've got you playing that chord right there. Top of my head? No, I don't know the name of that chord. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Somebody else does? Good. That's good. All right? So let's mirror that. All right? It sounds great. Anytime you see that, if you are here, right? Or here, which, that right there, uh-oh, what note is that? Well, I know that open is an A. Step up. Step up. Half step up. So, A, B, C, C sharp, D. Okay? Right? If you don't know sharps and flats and all that stuff, don't worry about it. If you want to learn it, learn it. But A, B, C, C sharp, D. Do it by ear. Do it however you want to do it. Let's say I'm going to play this chord right here. Mirror it. Strip it down. Play a 2-finger chord. Play a 7th chord. Okay, so you can do all kind of things with your chording. If you've got, so listen to this. I'm gonna keep it here because remember, okay, this is another great lesson here. L shapes. L shapes is 002. Okay, so 002 would be 113. Okay, that's the same as 002. As far as the chord, making the chord shape. Pleasing, beautiful sounding chord. All right, so that rule is going to apply here. Watch. All right, I hope you can understand that and hear it. So if we want to spice up our, listen to that. This lesson has went all over the place, but this is good stuff. This is where you need to be going, okay? You want to take a song, any song that you're playing, right? And you want to make it better, right? And you want to learn it first. Learn the song. Learn it on the melody line. Darn it, that first string. Learn it on the first string. All right, learn it on that melody string. But once you learn that, come over here and figure it out elsewhere. All right, take any song you're learning, make it better. Go back and do chords. All right, I hope you enjoyed that and got something out of it. And before I go, I always want to remind you that Jesus loves you. Bye-bye, y'all.